I remember how proud my dad looked that morning. Proud in that quiet, unspoken way only old-school men know. Standing on the porch of our cabin with 2 steaming mugs of instant coffee, handing me one like I was finally a man. I had turned 17 the week before. He said it was time I carried my own rifle, not for squirrels or turkeys, this time for real game. Rut's just starting, he said. Big boys will be moving stupid. Good time to fill your first tag. I nodded, trying to play it cool, even though my stomach was a knot of nerves and caffeine. We loaded up before dawn and hiked out under stars that felt too close, too clear. Our destination, Devil's Hollow. Locals always spoke the name like it had thorns. My mom once told me people used to live out near the ridge until something started killing their dogs and leaving them stacked like cordwood. Dad didn't care for stories like that. Bunch of hick superstition, he'd scoff. Everything's got a real explanation. People just don't like looking too hard for it. So we walked. The deeper we went, the less the world felt normal. The wind died. The birds shut up. Even the insects seemed to disappear, like we were walking through a painting instead of real woods. Then we found the deer. It was tied upside down from a limb, about 7 feet up. Big 10-point buck. Blood had dried in ribbons from its neck. Gutted, clean, but not clean in the usual sense. Someone had arranged the organs in a perfect spiral beneath it, like some kind of art project done in flesh. There were no drag marks, no boot prints, just the deer, hanging. Dad cursed under his breath. Some sick poacher, probably some damn Satanist kids trying to scare off hunters. He spat, and we moved on, deeper into the hollow. We set up near a clearing that sloped down toward a narrow creek. Dad said it looked like a good crossing point. We waited for hours. The sun started falling behind the ridge. The sky turned bruised and orange. Still, no animals, no sound. Even the wind held its breath. Then we heard the footsteps, crunching leaves, heavy, measured, behind us. We spun around, rifles ready. Nothing, just still trees and gathering fog. 10 minutes later it happened again, this time closer. Leaves shifting, something circling. I whispered, "You hear that?" Dad nodded slowly. "Don't react, just listen." We sat like that, frozen, for nearly an hour. The forest stretched thin around us. Every second felt longer than it should have been. Then I saw it. Just past the edge of the trees, maybe 60 yards out, stood a buck. Big, broad, shoulders like a mule's. It chewed lazily on something, leaves maybe, but its face didn't move, not even the eyes. Its tongue hung out too long, slapping against its chest, wet and twitching like a fish on the bank. Its chest rose and fell, but the ribs stayed stiff. No movement. It was breathing, but not alive. I raised my scope, and when the reticle found its head, I froze. Its eyes were looking through me, like it saw not my body, but the thing inside it. "Dad," I whispered, but he didn't respond. He collapsed next to me, hitting the leaves hard, clutching his chest. A low, pained gasp left him, eyes wide and watering. "Dad," I scrambled to his side, heart hammering. "Dad, stay with me." Then from the trees above us I heard it, my own voice, clear and panicked. "Help, Dad, over here." I turned toward it, and standing just 10 feet away, it was the thing. It was massive, antlers blackened, cracked at the tips like burnt wood. Its legs were too long, joints bent backward, trembling with every tiny movement like it wasn't used to standing. Its body bulged, like something inside was pushing out. Faces, arms, pressing from the inside of a skin sack, stretched too thin. Something trapped, something trying to get out. Its mouth hung wide, open too far, and from it came my voice again. "Help. Did Dad. Over. Here." It mimicked the panic, the broken fear in my throat, every stutter, every breath, like it was wearing my voice the way it wore that deer's body. I raised my rifle and fired. The shot tore into its shoulder, but no blood came out. It didn't flinch. It just turned its head, slowly, like a marionette, and smiled, a wide, cracking grin that split its face too far, revealing rows of human teeth, jagged and misplaced. Then it backed away into the trees, disappearing without sound. I don't remember how I got Dad out. The next thing I truly recall was standing on the shoulder of the highway, waving down a truck. His heart held on long enough to make it to the hospital. The doctors said it was a mild attack, stress-induced maybe. They asked what happened, and I told them we'd seen a bear, a big one. I've never gone back to Devil's Hollow, never hunted again. But sometimes when the woods go too quiet, when the wind dies, I think about that deer and wonder what it's wearing now. There were 12 of us, tight-knit since college. Every year we took a trip, camping, fishing, or just drinking somewhere off-grid. This time, Nate found a listing through a family contact. A piece of land his cousin inherited, just outside Baxter State Park in Maine. Claimed it had been untouched since the 80s. Whole trailer's still there, he said. Old but functional. Woods are thick, but we'll have it all to ourselves. That's what sold it. Solitude. We'd gotten tired of the overrun campgrounds and RVs full of screaming kids. This time, we wanted unfamiliar territory. We wanted a challenge. We got it. It started as a light drizzle, gray sky, cold but not freezing. A perfect moody backdrop for the weekend ahead. We cracked open beers, unpacked gear, got the generator running. There was an eerie stillness to the place. No wind, no birds. Even the bugs seemed hesitant. Around 2:30 p.m., Tyler muttered, "What the hell is that smell?" Like rotting meat soaked in ammonia, burnt hair and something wet. We brushed it off at first. Forest funk, we figured. Old mold or roadkill nearby. Until Lara walked past the back window and froze. "There's a deer," she said, "hanging from a tree." I joined her at the window. It dangled maybe 30 feet out, strung up by a noose made of what looked like braided vines. It swayed slightly in the rain. Its eyes were gone. Its body was wrong, disarranged, like its limbs had been pulled out of socket and put back on backwards. Matt, ever the brave idiot, grabbed a flashlight and went out to get a better look. We watched from the window as he circled the tree slowly. Then he called back. It doesn't have any insides left, like they were scooped out. That night, as the rain let up, we cooked inside, a stew over the gas range, trying to lighten the mood. That's when we heard it, a small voice, faint at first, muted, like it was coming from a radio buried under blankets. We stopped talking. "Did you hear that?" Silence. Then it came again, closer, still muffled but repetitive. A pattern, then clearer, not in words, not exactly. It sounded almost human, but not quite right, like someone trying to mimic speech without understanding it. The voice circled the trailer. Then we heard scraping, slow, deliberate, something dragging something sharp around the metal frame. Scrap. Stop. Scrap. Closer. All of us froze near the windows, afraid to look. Then it went quiet and ran. Fast, like 4 legs slamming through leaves and branches, gone in seconds. We ran outside with flashlights, 3 long drag marks on the side of the trailer, as if something had been carried, or something with claws had leaned against it while circling. Around 11 p.m., Josh finally showed up. He'd been working late and rode in on his dirt bike. But when he pulled up to camp, we knew something was wrong. Helmet off, his face was gray, his hands shaking. I shouldn't have come. I swear to God, man, I saw some shit out there. He told us he got lost for about 10 minutes in the dark, took a wrong turn down a trail. That's when he came across the first deer, dead, gutted, eyes missing. He thought it was a hunter's dump site until he saw another one, then 3 more, all of them strung up, all of them cut open like something was looking for something inside them. He said the weirdest thing wasn't the gore. It was how the trees around each deer were scratched in circles, like something had spiraled around them. It felt like they were warning signs. We let him sit down, handed him a drink. He didn't touch it. At 12:14 a.m., we were still up, talking nervously, trying to joke, make sense of the day. That's when we heard it. A voice, clear now, from just outside the trailer. "You're in my woods now." The voice was deep, gravelly, not angry, just matter of fact, like it had always owned this place and was tired of sharing. We rushed to the window facing the fire pit and saw it. A deer, or what looked like one, stood by the fire, back turned to us. It didn't move. The flames danced against its body. Its legs were too long, slightly bowed. Its fur matted and falling off in chunks. Its spine jutted out unnaturally, like it was broken and never healed, and it stood there for an hour. No twitch, no head turn, no reaction to light, movement, or whispers. It just watched the flames, back to us. At one point, Lara whispered, "It's not breathing." She was right. Then at 1:17 a.m., it twitched. Not a shiver, a jerk. And then it bolted, so fast it was almost a blur, into the woods, taking the light and the warmth of the fire with it. We stayed up until sunrise, huddled together, guns and knives and anything sharp in our hands. The next morning, the deer carcass was gone. The drag marks on the trailer deeper. Our tracks from the night before had been erased, and there were no fresh ones leading away. We left the trailer that day, hiked back to the main road, pale and quiet, not speaking until we got to town. Nate never talked about the trip again. Josh refuses to go near a forest ever again.